We're at war. We're at war not just for your attention, but for your brain. Sun up to sundown, phone on to phone off. The enemy is the social media algorithm and the emerging AI technologies. They never sleep, they only get smarter, and they only get more sophisticated. Which side you come out in that war will determine your future intelligence. In the hours, days, and years ahead, you will decide what you put into your mind, what you read, what you watch, what you listen to. If you choose wisely, you can create what I consider a bionic brain. You could be exponentially smarter than you are today. Or you could surrender your thinking to the algorithms and to the AI and end up with what I consider a blah brain. To be able to navigate this, to win the war, you have to understand the great information paradox of the 21st century. On the one hand, there's more bad information, gross information, garbage information, misinformation, manipulated information available to you at scale all day than at any point in human history. It's just sitting on your screen. But at the same time, if you want to know what the smartest people alive think about any topic, you can find a YouTube video, a podcast, a newsletter where they'll outline it in great detail. You choose. Same app, same device, same 5 seconds. You choose, I choose, all day, every day. Now you toss in artificial intelligence. I think it makes this problem 10 times, 100 times harder for us as individuals. Because with AI, there's 2 paths. Path 1 is you outsource your thinking to AI. And what I mean is you let ChatGPT write your email or your story, or you let Claude do your research, or you let Gemini tell you what to think about the Iran war, or what's happening in Israel, or what's happening in the economy. It's very, very, very tempting, very seductive. AIs give you outputs with such supreme confidence that it's natural to just send it along like it's your own idea. But you're outsourcing your thinking. Path 2, obviously the one I think you should choose, is no. I'm going to use this to augment my thinking. I'm going to create a companion brain. I'm going to tell it with great specificity that I want to get smarter on specific topics, that I want it to challenge my thinking, that I don't want it to suck up to me or to flatter me, that I want it to ask me questions and to really sharpen how I write and sharpen how I think. Do that, and you could end up in this state of almost information nirvana. But again, it is a choice. One leads to bionic brain, the other leads to blah brain. So how do you keep from developing blah brain? 5 things that you can do today for free, and they're available to any of us and all of us. Number 1, I want you to audit your feed. Go to the Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is that you use most frequently. Look at like your last 20 interactions. And if you find people that you're interacting with that are just making you sad or making you feel like you're weaker by comparison, or they're just getting you all riled up about something, delete them or mute them. Clean your feed. Almost nobody does this. We just accumulate all these people and all of these habits, and the algorithm then just feeds off of that and often feeds into our mind things that we don't want. A lot of garbage, a lot of pollution, a lot of distraction. Number 2, anchor yourself in one truth. I'm in the news. I get paid to read this stuff all the time, and it's hard. So many sources, so many stories, so many topics. How could I possibly keep track of all of it? Don't. Simplify. Pick one source that you feel gives you a general understanding of what's happening in the world with some kind of hierarchy and a high level of trust. I'm very biased towards Axios, but the Wall Street Journal, the Financial Times, the news pages of the New York Times, lots of news sources can do it for you. But anchor yourself in that one truth, and that will give you a much better North Star in terms of cleaning up what's going into your mind. Number 3, pick 2 passions to go deeper on. Literature, might be music, might be history, might be the economy. Just a couple of areas where you want to get smarter faster, ideally in things that might help you professionally, but they can be outside of the workplace. Find a couple of people who have demonstrated expertise on that topic. They might be on YouTube, it might be a podcast, it might be a newsletter, but find them and follow them. And by the way, by doing that, they'll lead you to other people who are equally smart or smarter or come at it from a different perspective to help you get smarter on the passions that you have. Number 4, build your own GPT, your UGPT. Be very clear that you want to learn, that you want to be challenged, that you want all of the facts and statistics cited by date in source. Be very clear that you want it to push back and to challenge your thinking. It will go from just blindly you outsourcing your thinking to it augmenting your thinking. And I really, really believe if you augment that thinking, you can move a lot closer to the bionic brain with AI than you could have without it, because the incentive structure is different. AI needs to be accurate to be a good business. Social media didn't. It just needed your attention. Number 5, take 30 minutes each day and replace mindless scrolling with that purposeful work on your passions or on your anchor truth, on videos that are instructive, on podcasts that are making you smarter, on newsletters that are helping you go deeper. Just 30 minutes a day. If you do that, do the math. You do that 30 minutes a day for 365 days a year. That's like spending 1 week without sleeping, just purging stupidity from your brain and injecting smarts. There's no way in hell you're not going to feel better about yourself and that you're not going to be smarter by doing that. If you do these 5 things, I'm very, very optimistic that any one of us within months or years can have essentially a bionic brain. We can be way smarter across way more topics than was ever possible without technology. And that's why I want you to choose the bionic brain, because nobody wants to be a blah brain.